welcome to my channel. I was on Discord last night and they were talking about videos or wanting other people to post videos or something like that of their best reads of 2024. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll do that. Generally it's like they do a best and then they do a worst, but I don't really like the whole worst thing. So we're not gonna do that, I don't think. If you've watched any of my videos in the past of TBRs, you know books that I was not exactly a fan of. I don't think I need to put a spotlight on them in that way, so I'm not going to. But I got my drink because yesterday when I was filming videos I was parched, and today's my birthday. Yay! December 27th. And I'm officially 40. Can't really believe that, but yeah. And so this is my birthday drink. It was free. Very happy about it. It's a pina colada smoothie. I don't know if it has any nutritional value. Not really sure I care right at this moment because it's my birthday. But anyway, let's get into this. Best of 2024 books. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11. And then I've got 4 kind of honorable mentions. So, was that 15? Yeah, 15. I can count. Yay! So yeah, about 15 bucks. I don't think I'm gonna go like really deep into like reading the synopsises of any of these because I feel like if you watch my videos you've probably heard enough about them. You don't really need me to continue talking about them, I don't think. Hopefully not. I don't know. I guess we'll find out if Goodreads will work for me. Yay! We'll see. Alright, so first off, the first best book, I guess, of the year that I read was A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, which is the first book in the Sacred Stones. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it when I read it. Don't ask me what it's about right now because I blanked. You can probably go back to a previous video to see my exact thoughts on it, but I do know that I enjoyed it. Very fast read for me, just flew through it. But yeah, I don't really remember specifics, but you know what? You don't need to know specifics because that would ruin things. You need to go and read it yourself, supposedly. But that was the first good read or best read that I had this year. Next book that I read was Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which should not be a surprise because I don't think I've given any of her books anything but 5 stars since I started reading them, since they came out. So, which is surprising because generally I don't, like before this year, I didn't really go out to read anything more than really fantasy, maybe, you know, romantasy, though it was still just fantasy at that point. So, a little surprising that I've kind of deviated a little bit from what I normally read, but that's okay. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I totally glanced over this one, so this list is actually 16 altogether. That's okay. I gave this one 5 stars. This was her first toe in, I guess, of a paranormal romance type situation. But fun thing is that it's still also kind of STEM as well. So love that. Then she also put her toe in for YA romance with Check and Mate, which again, 5 stars. So I know, I didn't think I was gonna like this one because I'm not really a fan of chess. Because anytime I play, I'm not very strategic, I don't think. Or maybe it's just when I play against my brother, he's so strategic that I don't seem strategic and he beats me at everything. Maybe that's why I don't like chess. Not really sure, but it is what it is. Then we have The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. Give this one 5 stars. Well, obviously, I probably pretty much gave all of these 5 stars. I really enjoyed her other series, the Stars and Shadows trilogy. I know that she came out with a book 4, but I think it's following a different couple, same world, just different couple. But I really enjoyed that trilogy. And so I read this one, and I also really enjoyed it. I unfortunately have not read the second book yet, which is The Hunted Heir, but I want to. But I want to do a lot of things. So we all know how I am at this point. Let's just not go there. So the next, we had the Heir Awakens series, and I'm not talking about just this is just like a 5-star series for me. I loved the series. I binged it in like 3 days. I don't know, but really loved it. Loved the writing. Elise Kova is officially one of my new favorite authors. So yeah, that's that one. That whole series. It's 5 books, and I really want to read some other things by her. I haven't yet, but I want to. The next one is A Fate Ink and Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. So, really enjoyed this. I was really surprised that I enjoyed this as much as I did, because I kind of went into it blind-ish. I was just kind of like, I really like the cover, and I like the sprayed edges, and it has something to do with Norse mythology, and so, yeah, I loved this book, and I really want to read her other series, The Bridge Kingdom, but I just haven't gotten around to being in that mood at the moment. Hopefully, I will. Next, I have The Martyr by Anthony Ryan, which is the second book in Covenant of Steel. The first one is The Pariah, and I loved both of these so much. Oh my god, I love both of these so much, and I cannot wait to read The Traitor, which is the 3rd and final book in this trilogy. So excited to read it. It's on my shelf. I will get to it eventually. Right now, though, I'm kind of in a romantasy mood, or like a paranormal romance mood. I'm just kind of in a romancy kind of mood. And while this has a little bit of romance in this book, like a droplet, it's not romantasy. It's not the same. It doesn't have enough. So, cannot wait to get to the 3rd book in this series. Hopefully it will happen soon, because I do really want to read it. Next is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. It is the first book in the Shadow of the Leviathan. I read his other, one of his other trilogies. The Foundry Side is the first book in his other series. And I read that one, and I've read Shorefall. I have not read Lockland yet, but as you know, I've said in another video, for some reason, when it comes to the last book, I'm not reading them. And I don't know why. So hopefully I will finish that series because I love book 1 and 2. Loved this one. I cannot wait for his next one in this series. I know that he has another series. I read book 1. I think it's like the City of Stairs. I think it's what it was called. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed his Boundary Side series. I think I might have only given that book like maybe 3 stars, and then I didn't finish that trilogy. But I really do like The Tainted Cup, and I really do like Boundary Side. So, yes. 2 other Ali Hazelwoods that I think are more like her novellas. Not really sure on that. 2 Can Play, which is about video game developers. Like, how fun is that? Wish I could do that. Video game developer. I probably could if I wanted to, but yeah. I probably could if I wanted to. I mean, a lot of people could do a lot of things if they wanted to, but I can't afford to go back to school, and I am horrible at just sitting down and trying to do something and not being able to do it like in 20 minutes a lot of the time. So I'm really bad about that. It's like in my brain, I'm like, no, I get this. Why is this so hard? I understand this, so why I can't? It's a thing. But the other Ali Hazelwood novella was Cruel Winter with You. So that's a cute little Christmassy novella that I don't think was more than 80 pages, but you know, it is what it is. I liked it. Then Broken Bonds, pretty much like all 3 of these books in the series that I've read so far. There are 6 books in this series, and I've only read 3. But Broken Bonds by Gia Bree so far is going to be a 5-star series for me at the moment. I've only read 3 of the 6, but at the moment it is a 5-star read for me. It is a Why Choose romance, and I think that the powers in it are very interesting and kind of how they work. So very excited about that. Then I have my honorable mentions. And these are just, a lot of these are more, generally not in my wheelhouse, and I just randomly picked it. And I just started reading it, and it was like, oh, hey, that was actually kind of good. How did that happen? Type situation. So the first one is The Patient by Jasper DeWitt, which I do believe this is like a mystery thriller type situation. And it has to do with a patient, I guess it is in an asylum or a hospital situation. And they're trying to, or the doctor that is looking over him is just trying to figure him out. And I don't want to say much more than that because it is kind of a shortish book. And so, you know, it's only 224 pages, but it was a good one. I gave it 4 stars. The next one was a random, I don't know what I want to read, so I'm going to read this one situation. And it was a KU book. And so I was like, why not? Right? Why not? So it is Married to a Pirate by Athena Rose. Just randomly picked it out of one of my KU books that I think I got around Christmas last year when they were doing Stuff Your Kindle. And I was like, well, you know, I'm trying to figure out something to read, so why not that, right? I have it. I bought it. Need to read it, so why not, right? And I ended up giving it 4 stars. I have not read any of the other ones. It's part of Romancing the Seas, and I think that each one kind of follows a different couple but I think that the couple might be mentioned in the book before in some way. So I've only read Married to a Pirate. But it was a surprise, like, oh, that, I actually gave that a 4-star. I thought that was, good enough for a 4-star. So, random pick. So, next one is I want to read the book first, because I found out it was based on a book. And I have this thing of, I want to read the book first. That's what I want to do. I want to read the book first. And so, I read the book first. And the book was The Idea of You by Robin Lee. Not sure if I'm saying that right. And I don't generally read, like, contemporary romance. I mean, I'll read rom-coms because, funny. They're usually funny, but I don't generally read, like, I don't know, contemporary romance, drama, romance. That's not generally what I don't think I've ever read one, maybe. I don't honestly remember. But I ended up giving it 4 stars. So it was kind of a surprise. And another little surprise is I did like the movie better. How often can you say that, right? I like the movie better than the book. Not to say the book was bad, it was still good. And I did like that, it kind of fleshed things out more than the movie did. But I did enjoy the movie better. Dean, get away from my... Get. And then the last one that I read was also just I don't know what to read. You know what? I've seen this book at Barnes & Noble's, like, all the time, and I'm like, that title was so interesting. So interesting. I hadn't read, like, the synopsis or anything. It was just the title that kind of caught my attention. And that was The Dead Guy Next Door by Lucy Score. Which is this book. I did not know that I was going to enjoy this book as much as I did. I gave it 4 stars. And it was just a random pick out of, because I was just like, I don't know what to read. And then I was like, I've seen that title at Barnes & Noble's. And I've thought about buying it so many times just based on the title. And, the way that, it's got tarot cards on the front. So I was like, we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. And I think the only reason that it got 4 stars instead of 5 stars was just that I thought that it was a little long. And, it probably could have done without maybe, like, somewhere between 50 to 100 pages. Outside of that, though, like, it was, like, a 5-star read outside of the fact that I just thought that it was a little bit too long, Some things and I just thought just didn't need to be there. But, yeah. Still gave it 4 stars. It was another surprise. I like surprises. But yeah, those are my best reads of 2024, and a few honorable mentions that were 4 stars. But yeah, that's kind of my whole, this is like the good stuff in 2024. I'm not going to do my worst books because that's just, we don't need to do that, because just because they're bad to me doesn't mean that they're gonna be bad for other people. Other people may love them, and that is great. I love that for them. Love that for you. If for some reason you want to know what, some books were that were just not my cup of tea, you can just comment in the comments, and I'll let you know a couple of them that I just, because I don't have many. I generally enjoy the majority of what I read. It's really rare for me to give something anything less than a 3-star. There's a couple this year that, you know, we're definitely there, but I mean, it's not anything that there was, I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with them. It was just, they were just not for me. But if you have any curiosity on that, you know, just comment in the comments below. I will share, you know, I have no problem with that. But outside of that, that is the end of this video. I'm probably going to do a few more, I don't know. Because, you know, it's December, and apparently, you know, people like to post multiple videos in December. Like, they do something called Bookmas, where they start from December 1st and they make a video every single day until December 24th. And so I'm like, well, why can't I do that for like the last couple of days of December? I mean, why not, right? So yeah, this might be my second or third video, depending on how I post them, that is gonna be posted in December. And I might still do one other one. I haven't quite decided yet. We will see how things work out. But if you like this video, like it. And if you want to see more about me, subscribe. But until next time, bye!